Manchester United 2, Anderlecht 1 after extra time. Arise, Sir Marcus of Rashford. What a performance by the young man who people have called Marcus Trashford or the next Danny Welbeck. Absolutely. We've been spoiled. We've been spoiled by Manchester United over the last week. Anderlecht away, Carrick was superb. Chelsea at home, Herrera 10 out of 10. And that from a Manchester United youth product, a young kid who's come through the Manchester United youth system, to put in a performance like that. Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable performance. And not just from him, but for him to win it, because he did have a one-on-one and he did have another chance that maybe he should have scored, but he scored against Chelsea at the weekend fantastically well. He is a young lad, he is getting better and better, but the performance was beyond his years, absolutely beyond his years. Brilliant performance, running at them. Great run throughout the game. I don't know how he had the energy at the end. 120 minutes, having played 90, more or less 90 at the weekend. It was a man. There is nowhere else to go other than Marcus Rashford, and justice was served with him scoring the winner because he was absolutely amazing from him. And I tell you what, I'm rambling on about Marcus Rashford a little bit because this is an instant match reaction, and a big part of my life has been watching as an England fan. Penalty shootouts go against us, and I was just thinking this is going to be a penalty shootout. Anderlecht have done nothing since half time. They've had no chances and they've got nothing to lose. They are the underdogs. They're at Old Trafford. They've not deserved it. They're obviously going to win on penalties, and our season is effectively over because Europa League is our biggest chance of Champions League football, and we'll have put 120 minutes in for nothing. We'll be deflated, this, that and the other. We've had so many chances, and it was almost like all those league games we've had this season, whether it's bloody West Brom, Stoke, Burnley, all those games where we've missed sitters, and it ends after 90 minutes a draw and we're deflated. At least this time we had the opportunity to keep playing until we scored. I'm joking, it had to go to extra time, but we had to score. And in the typical way that football works, we dominate Anderlecht, which miss. We score, and then the last 5 minutes, we sit back and let them... Well, it's just the way football works. They suddenly go gung-ho. And they had chances. They did have chances at the very end. And it could easily have gone against us. And I'm just ecstatic, absolutely ecstatic, to be in the semi-final. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable how Manchester United and football, but Manchester United more, they just put us through the ringer. So what was the story of the game? I'm sure most of you watched it, but what was the story of the game? So we start off, I've got to applaud Anderlecht. I think the first half, their tactics were very, very good. It reminded me of Bournemouth when they played us a few weeks ago. They played a really high line, which allowed their midfield and their attack to really get into our half and press us, and we struggled. We went 1-0 ahead, brilliant pass by Pogba to Rashford, couldn't get it to Zlatan, but played it off for Mkhitaryan, who finished it really well. And then Anderlecht just continued. We lost Rojo, we seemed to drop our heads a little bit. Anderlecht get 1-1, we get in at half time, and it's like we've got to make big changes because Anderlecht are destroying us. They're pressing us in our own half. They're playing such a high line because they're not scared of the ball over the top from Zlatan, and it's just not working. And for the first few minutes of the second half, it just wasn't working. But then I think something happened. The substitution by Mourinho, which seemed odd, and I still stand by it's odd because I think Herrera would have worked better in the midfield three than a Fellaini in a midfield three, but I'll come back to that because that substitution actually ended up being a masterstroke fortuitously. But what we did is, instead of having a weak midfield with Carrick and Pogba and Mkhitaryan, he took Mkhitaryan out to the right instead of Lingard and put Fellaini in there to give us a bit of muscle and numbers in the midfield, and that suppressed Anderlecht. And then also I think what happened is there's a big difference between the Belgian league and the Premier League, and I think Anderlecht just ran out of legs. I think fitness of the Premier League and Manchester United really allowed us to dominate that second half, and we had chance after chance after chance. Rashford went through one-on-one, decided to round the keeper. I think he should have just hit it before that. Zlatan had 2 really good chances. And it's a shame that Zlatan hyperextended his knee and he may well be out for the rest of the season. But I tell you what, I think United are a better team without him. I hate to say it because I think Zlatan has his place when you play teams that are parking the bus. But when you're playing teams like today or Chelsea or teams that, you know, they want to have a go at us and press us, people can't deal with Rashford's pace. And I thought what worked really well, like I say, fortuitously, is because we lost the height of Zlatan, we had to adopt Fellaini as almost a number 10. how many times have we said, you've said, everybody said, Fellaini's strength is probably not a Manchester United first team player, but when he's on the pitch, if you're going to put him in the opposition's penalty box, that is where he causes chaos. And lo and behold, we scored a goal through Pogba, which was disallowed marginally. I don't know whether it was a foul. But the winning goal from Rashford comes from a ball up from Daley Blind, who I thought came in for Rojo fantastically well. Fellaini odds it down, and Rashford puts it in the back of the net. And I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy we're through. I think there's massive hurdles to climb. I mean, how long's Rojo out? Is he out for the season? Although I think Daley Blind can do a job there. He was more than capable last year. Bailly and Blind could work really well. If Zlatan's out, that's a problem because Zlatan is Zlatan. I don't think he was particularly good tonight, but you're losing your top goal scorer. You're losing that option. So if Zlatan's out, it's a problem. But I tell you what, despite all that, we could have been out ourselves of the Europa League. It could have happened. The chances we had in that second half. I mean, Pogba missed one out from about 3 yards as well, didn't he? To just get the goal and win the game is more important than anything. And I don't care how we did it. I don't care whether we deserved it or not. The reality is we did deserve it. The reality is we did what Manchester United have consistently done this season, and that is be level after 90 minutes, having missed loads and loads of chances. So to win it, absolutely fantastic. We're going to find out what the issue with Ibrahimovic and Rojo, no doubt, tomorrow. I'm going to sort of assume that they're out for the season because we're so close towards the end of the season and neither could really play on. If we get one back, it's a bonus. If it's not, we've got to hanker down and go for it. I mean, you look at that team that was on at the end, no Zlatan, but people like Carrick and Pogba and Rashford beyond his years, even the likes of Martial, I know he didn't particularly play well, but they all contributed. Mkhitaryan, Fellaini, Luke Shaw, Bailly, Blind, Valencia, who I thought was one of Valencia's worst games tonight, but we got there collectively. Romero, let me give him a player ratings. Romero, I'll give him a 7. Valencia, I'll give him a 7. I didn't think he was awful. I just don't think it was one of his better games. Bailly, I thought he was fantastic. I give him a 9. I give Blind an 8. I give Luke Shaw an 8 because you know what? We couldn't sub Shaw, and I thought that was brilliant. Because Rojo went off, we couldn't sub Shaw, and I think he might have thought about it, but he had to persevere with him, and lo and behold, you persevere with him, and he got better and better and better. So Luke Shaw would get an 8 from me. Pogba, 7. He was good, but he was also... It was Pogba's season's been a 7, hasn't it? Carrick, I'd give him an 8. I think, again, Carrick just did that job of running the midfield. Mkhitaryan, an 8. He scored a very good goal. Got knocked off the ball a bit, but he also he made a few good runs as well. Zlatan, I'd give a 6. I don't think he had a particularly good game. Fellaini, I'd give an 8. Contributed, especially in the penalty box of the opposition, exactly where he should be. He really contributed. And I tell you what, if Zlatan is out for the season, let's hope that we actually utilise Fellaini as a number 10, because that's where he's a threat. Marcus Rashford, I don't want to do 2 10 out of 10s because I don't think it was a 10 out of 10, but it was bloody close. I'll give him a 9 out of 10. I thought it was absolutely superb. For somebody that young, and we should all be proud of the fact that he's come through the youth system because that's what Manchester United is all about. But you can have tinted glasses. You really can. I'm just watching the late chance for Anderlecht. He literally was on the edge of the 6-yard box with a free header, and he heads it right at Romero's legs, thank God. Bloody hell, if that goes in, we're out. But... yeah, I mean, you can wear tinted glasses with Rashford in his youth and he's come through the youth setup, but he was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. Show so much maturity. I think that lad can be anything he wants to be, and I've said it for a long time. I think people who call him Trashford are just, they don't get it. His final ball sometimes is a problem. I think it was in the first half of the extra time. He went on a good run. There's a simple pass to put Martial in one-on-one and he overcooks the pass. And he obviously missed a couple of chances himself tonight, but he never stopped going. He had the full back, right back on toast so many times, and his energy levels and his passion for the shirt, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Few people are saying I should give Pogba more than a 7. If you want to give him an 8, that's fine. But I just I think Pogba can do so much more, and I think he flitted in and out of the game. But to be fair, probably an 8's probably about right because I think him and Mkhitaryan were pretty similar. But I've not subscribed to the Pogba's a flop or any nonsense like that all season. I just think Pogba's taking time to adapt to a big responsibility at Manchester United, and he'll get there, and I've got no concerns about Pogba at all. We're in the Europa League semi-final, everybody. We're in the Europa League semi-final. And I'm just trying to see. Penalties are in progress with Besiktas and Lyon. Ajax put Schalke out. Despite Schalke being 3-0 up in extra time, Ajax actually got a 2 goals back. So Ajax go through. Celta Vigo go through, having drawn 1-1 with Genk. I don't think we should be too worried about Celta Vigo because they made quite a lot of hard work over Genk. Then again, we made a lot of hard work over Anderlecht, so scrub that last comment. So Celta Vigo, Ajax, and then Besiktas on Lyon in the semi-finals. I don't really care who we get because we're Manchester United, and I'm just absolutely ecstatic that we're there because we could have not been there tonight. But that's at 12 o'clock tomorrow. Big day tomorrow. Big day for Manchester United tomorrow. Europa League draw. We'll probably find out a little bit more about Zlatan and Rojo later on in the day. They'll go for scans, obviously. We're live at 8:30 with the Burnley preview and reaction to God knows what else. Burnley on Sunday as well. I mean, who's going to play against Burnley? Herrera will play because he didn't play tonight. That nearly backfired. Darmian can play. He didn't play tonight. Rooney could probably play, but 120 minutes in so many people's legs. I mean, the interesting thing will be who plays at centre back because can Bailly play? I don't know. But I'm rambling. I'm rambling because I'm stunned. Just having a look. Everybody scored their penalties in the Lyon game so far. Penalty save Besiktas. So we might find out. Lyon have missed. Let's hang on and see who wins from that game because I can knock it down anyway. I can watch it here. The wonder of live sport. It looks like... Is it Lyon who've won? Lyon are through. To be honest with you, I think we're going to have to beat... Ajax, Celta Vigo, Lyon. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because we just don't know what we're going to get with Manchester United, and I don't know why people ever thought that it's going to be a foregone conclusion for us to beat anybody in this tournament. English clubs are not very good in Europe. That's the problem. We look at it on paper and we go, oh yeah, we're going to win, but English clubs aren't good in Europe. We're in there. We're in with a fighter's chance, and we've got to give it absolutely everything. Thanks everybody for joining. Peter Nom says, let's be honest, we were bad. I thought we were bad in the first half. I think in the second half we win that game 4-1. If we're clinical, we win that game 4-1. So I disagree. I said on the watch along, if Manchester United go out, this isn't on Mourinho. It's on bad finishing again. So I'm happy. I'm very happy we're through. I'm very happy with the performance of the team, and we're at that point of the season now where it's hard to play well. You've just got to grind out results. Lyon, Depay can't score a hat-trick against us because he's cup tied. So anybody saying that, you're wrong. Thanks everybody for watching. What an evening. What an evening. This is what football's all about. And we go again. We're going to go again. We're going to go again in a couple of weeks. We're still in it. We're still in with a shout. Stay united. Speak to you all soon.